Production management is the management of an organization's production systems, which converts inputs into the product and services. A production system takes inputs which include material, personnel, machines, building, technology, cash money, information and other resources, whereas the outputs include the product and services. Thus, production management is the study practices of planning, designing, and production systems and subsystems to achieve the goals of an organization. The course Production Management will consist of types of production management, planning function in production management principles, production improvement techniques, etc. Some glimpse of the course you will see in the next slides. Production management refers to the application of management principles to the production function in a factory. In other words, production management involves application of planning, organizing, directing and controlling the production process. The production system of a company mainly uses facilities, equipment and operating methods are called the production system to produce goods that satisfy customers' demand. The above requirements of a production system depend on the type of product that the company offers and the strategy that it employs to serve its customers. Depending on the flow characteristics, there are 5 classes of the production system. Project. Consider the manufacturing of a ship. Such products are never made in large numbers. Manpower, facilities and other resources centered on such products. Each such product can therefore be treated as a project, requiring sequencing of certain activities either in series or concurrently. Mass production. In these systems, the flow is in a straight line. All facilities are arranged as per the sequence of operations. Output of one operation becomes the input for the subsequent operation. The system is cascaded. Some peculiar problems of this system are balancing of assembly line/production function. Job shop. Here, the shop accepts customers' orders and executes them. It does not have its own product mix. Primarily, we have facilities and processes in a job shop to undertake a wide variety of customer jobs in different batch quantities. Each order may be unique, requiring its own planning and tooling. Here the flow of material is also complex. Batch production. In this system, a batch consisting of a certain quantity is made on a machine. The same machine then may be used for another product. Thus here there are a variety of products, and it is not possible to maintain a separate assembly line for each product. Flow production. Flow manufacturing is a demand-driven method that is characterized by the continuous flow of units through the production line. This technique is commonly used in the production of televisions and household appliances, where the product is manufactured by a number of collective operations, in which materials move from one stage to another without time lags or interruptions. There are 6 principles used in production system, which helps to increase productivity and high performance of production system. These are shorter setup times. By their nature, all setup processes result in waste. They tie up labor and equipment without adding value. Training, improved efficiency and giving workers accountability for their own setups allowed Toyota to slash their setup times. Supplier involvement. Toyota demonstrated that treating component and raw material suppliers as integral components of their own production process led to a number of benefits. Suppliers were given training in Toyota processes, machinery, inventory systems and setup procedures. As a result, their suppliers were able to react positively and swiftly when problems occurred. Pull production. In a bid to minimize inventory holding costs and production lead times, Toyota pioneered a system whereby the quantity of materials, labor and energy expended at every stage of the process was solely reliant on the demand for products from the next stage of production. Small-scale production. Cutting the cost and time spent on setups allows a company to produce goods in smaller batches and according to demand. This results in lower setup, capital and energy costs. Equipment maintenance. Workers on the line are best placed to deal with mechanical breakdowns and subsequent repairs. They can react to issues quickly and often without supervision, which allows the production process to restart far more quickly after a shutdown. Empowering employees. Dividing a workforce into small teams and giving them accountability for housekeeping and various other tasks has been shown to improve efficiency. Teams are assigned leaders, and the workers within those teams are trained on maintenance issues, allowing them to deal with delays in the production process immediately. Productivity is a measure of efficiency of a person completing a task. Productivity is getting important things done consistently. And no matter what you are working on, there are only a few things that are truly important. Productivity management is a set of skills that help people and teams improve productivity. It's a key aspect of people management, where leaders use incentives, goals, development and communication techniques to help employees and teams increase their productivity. Productivity is a classic economic metric that measures the process of creating goods and services. Productivity is the ratio of the amount of output from a team or organization per unit of input. Conceptually, productivity is a simple metric. There are 4 types of productivity. Each type of productivity focuses on a different part of the supply chain needed to deliver a product or a service. The 4 types are: labor productivity is the ratio output per person. Labor productivity measures the efficiency of the labor in the transformation of something into a product of higher value. In software development terms, labor productivity is a measure of the efficient use of the effort needed to write and implement the code. Capital productivity is the ratio of output or goods or services to the input of physical capital. Improving physical capital, known as capital deepening, typically yields an increase in output. In software development, physical capital includes the equipment, buildings or other items like computers needed to develop and implement the code. Material productivity is the ratio of output to the input of materials, are also known as natural resources. In software development, there are very little material or natural resources that are used. Material productivity plays a larger role when considering the manufacture of hardware/software packages, such as an ATM. Plant productivity is not a simple ratio of output to input, but rather it is a measure that captures everything that is not captured as labor, capital or material productivity. Factors included in plant productivity include attributes like changes in general knowledge, the use of particular organizational structures, management techniques, or returns on the scale. Technology upgradation. The technology upgradation, like software-based applications, IoT or real-time data collection, are the tools required to improve productivity. These tools are nowadays sync with machines. Employee skill development. Employee education and training is an ongoing process. In some industries, certain types of training are mandatory, such as daily safety training for all personnel using safety gear. New equipment and technology requires training to get the most value. Employee education is also an excellent retention tactic. New employees take time to become proficient, causing a slowdown in production. VAVE. Value engineering is a process of improvement the value of a product at every stage of the product life cycle. VAVE also tries to improve the value and product quality. Value is the satisfaction which the consumer gets by using the product. VAVE tries to give maximum value for the lowest price. Workplace organization. Excess movement is a sign of poor organization and can cost you plenty in production time. Consider techniques such as Kanban just-in-time production to reduce delays and increase efficiency. Inventory control. If you have too much inventory, you need a place to store it and hope you will use it all. If you have too little, you run the risk of a work stoppage as you wait for more inventory. Optimizing inventory is especially important if you are following lean manufacturing principles such as the previously mentioned Kanban technique. Qualitative improvements. To reduce rejection and increase productivity, there must be some quality improvements which need to be implemented in the process. Quality improvements can be done through some technical tools and process improvements.